your baby left you, you can find a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Freeside Street at the King School of Impersonation. Learn to sing, dance, talk, and walk like the king himself. You won't be singing no GI Blues after these lessons. Don't you think it's time for a little less conversation and a little more action? The ladies will love you. The men will want to be you. You're in the Kings now. Don't be cruel and enroll today. Unless you're nothing but a hound dog.
Many characters in the Fallout universe are often misunderstood, whether it be their motives or even lack thereof. We don't always feel like we get the whole story when talking to some of the people who call the Wasteland home. And if you want more content like this about the Wasteland and everything in between, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Pretty sure your horoscope said it would bring good luck. You're welcome. One person that seems to be highly misunderstood in the Fallout universe is Benny, the protege of Robert House and de facto leader of the chairman who occupied the Tops Casino in New Vegas. Granted, Benny leaves quite the impression on the courier when they cross paths. This doesn't mean that Benny hasn't come a long way from where he started. Long before House would overtake Vegas, Benny called the ruins home, with his gang, the Mojave Boot-Riders. Like many of the nomadic tribes in the area, the Boot-Riders held a close community and did well for themselves. Overall, the group enjoyed the tribal life and the freedom that came with living like nomads. The Boot-Riders were in for a major change, and it would come in the form of a wandering Securitron. The robot approached the tribe but was dismantled in a minute flat. Feeling confused but accomplished, the Boot-Riders would settle in for the night, all wondering what exactly the deal with the robot was. By the time the sun came up the next day, the Boot-Riders were approached by 20 Securitrons. This, of course, opened the door to negotiations with Mr. House, who offered everything a tribal could ask for: food, shelter, and even medical care for the price of settling down in the Tops Casino, renovating it, and helping his vision of a brighter New Vegas come to fruition. And rebranding the group with suits and ties, making them the chairman. The Boot-Riders as a whole were against this idea. They had become accustomed to wandering the Mojave and the freedom that came with it. Late nights around a campfire with nothing but the big emptiness of the night sky above them. The idea of trading that in was not only unappealing to some, but downright scary to others. Bingo, the leader of the tribe, was most vocal about this change. This is not a change he wanted to see in the group. Benny, however, saw an opportunity in this. The potential of New Vegas was not lost on him. Beyond the bright lights and the seedy underbelly were power and control. Security the likes the tribe has never had. If food, water, shelter, money, and medicine weren't a problem, that would give the tribe a better chance at securing their own wealth, and, more importantly, to Benny, his personal wealth. This, of course, led to a clash. Bingo was the Boot-Rider leader and the strongest of the tribe, but this didn't stop Benny from arguing with him about this decision. Bingo had heard enough and challenged Benny to a knife fight. The winner would be the tribe leader and in turn make the call about House's offer. It took one swing from Bingo before Benny would use the leader's lack of speed to his advantage. Benny plunged a knife deep into Bingo's neck, killing him and thus becoming the leader of the Boot-Riders. Now, in control of the tribe, Benny would make the call to take House up on his offer. The tribe would move to Vegas proper and take up shop in the Tops. As the renovation moved along, Securitrons started to leave boxes containing suits, ties, the whole getup. They would also inform the group that they would now be called the chairman. This didn't sit well with everyone, but Benny was able to get them to accept the new ways. And when members weren't so accepting, Benny had ways of taking care of that too, like a forced psycho overdose on a singer in the tribe. Benny had an unlikely but straightforward goal: complete control over New Vegas. He would use a pulse grenade to disable one of Mr. House's Securitron robots and bring it back to his home for examination. With the help of Emily Ortal, in exchange for her own inspection, Benny would have a robot reprogrammed to an AI that had to obey every command it was given. This AI would be named Yes Man, which allowed Benny to spy on House's complex network. Yes Man would uncover information that House had something buried under the fort, and that Mr. House had a unique key for it all: the Platinum Chip. House had hired 7 couriers through his robot Victor, 6 of them being decoys, one of them carrying the Platinum Chip. Benny was able to pinpoint the real route of the courier based on Yes Man's reports. He gathered up what was needed for the trip and took to the Great Khans to look for hired help to finish the job. Jessup, McMurphy, and Chance would travel the Mojave with the Vegas hopeful, eventually reaching Good Springs. This is where Benny would make his move.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
The rest of the story? Well, that's pretty much up to the courier's actions. Benny is a skilled tribal, and has always used his abilities to get what he wants. The Platinum Chip is no different. Thank you for watching my video about Benny, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing for more content like this. I want to thank my patrons and YouTube channel members, and a special thanks to my biggest supporters: Kim Jong-un, JP Rivera, Not Catchy, Stupendous Skellington, Hackerman, Fireflare, Alexander Cobb, Papa Swanson, Legendary Angel 94, Bill Scott Sheets, Thomas, Lord Have Mercy, Death 6199, Broadway, Edgy, and Primarch Mustard. Thank you so much for your continued support. I hope to catch you on the next one. It has been Mantis.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby girl. Testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die. Yeah.